All right, we're changing the oil, replacing the oil in the Outdrive. We're going to winterize with this antifreeze stuff and talk about the fuel filter. All right, so starting, warmed up the engine, and then I use this oil pump, and you stick that black tube down, and you hook up a drill. So you stick that black tube here in this dipstick hole, you fire up the drill, runs for 10 minutes, and it drains it out. So that did a pretty good job of fully draining the engine, the engine, because then when I checked the oil pan down here and I pulled out that drain plug, there was nothing left. So, and then there's the oil filter. You just twist that guy off, something to catch your oil down there. So here's the oil you replace it with, and I think it's like 4 or 5 quarts. And over here, here's my filter. So that's it for the oil. And then the Outdrive, it takes, I don't know, 1 1/4 quarts or something like that. I happen to have this reservoir. I think most probably do. So I think it might be beneficial to put something in that little hole or something to keep it from draining out, because what you do over here is there's the upper, that's the vent, and there's one down here. They have gaskets and O-rings on them, so don't lose those, but take that guy out, and then take that guy out, and you drain it, and you look for water or metal. And once it's all drained, and like I said, this guy will drain, but maybe plugging that little air breather would stop it from draining all that good oil out. So then you leave that guy out, and then in this bottom hole down here, you can use a pump like this. So you screw that end in down there, then assemble this guy and jam that guy down into here, and then you just pump it. And you pump it and it fills up from the bottom till it oozes out the top, and then you cap that guy. And I kept on pumping till I saw it show up here, and then I topped it off from this cap. So then that's the Outdrive. You put the, I mean, there's an O-ring up here and a fiber washer down there. Made sure I did a good job with that. Earlier, a few weeks ago, I replaced this guy. This is the fuel filter, water separator, I guess. I don't know. It didn't have any water in it. Not sure it was needed to be done, but I did it. And let's see. So then another thing we do, maybe in this order, is you run the engine, and then you take off that air filter spark arrestor thing, take your seafoam and spray it down in the carb, and choke it off until it dies, and then spray a little more seafoam on it. Then over here, so now we're moving on to the winterizing with the antifreeze. You take off those hose clamps, and you can rip those hoses off. I drain it right here with this little blue guy. I remove it, and then way in there's that little brass guy. So that's where most of the water comes out, is that little brass guy. There, and then over on this side, there you go. I unhook that guy too, drain it out, put all those caps back in. Then you take your antifreeze stuff and you dump it down into these guys here. So yeah, you just dump your pink stuff in here until it comes out over there. Then you do the same with this one, and then you do the same on the opposite side. Then you reassemble and put your pipe clamps or your hose clamps back on, and that's it. And then I think that's all I do. Yeah, now I've just got to let all this evaporate, and I think I'm gonna tuck it up next to the house.